Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sean Burton with the Las Vegas Informer. We're here with the man, James Wong, the owner of Studio 222 out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Flamingo. James has been a real big influence in my business, and I wanted to bring him out to the Informer to talk a little bit about his studio and what's going on. James, Studio 222, it's been around for a while, a couple of years, right?
Yep, 4 years.
4 years, 4 years, 4 years. Give us a little bit about what Studio 222 is all about, where it is now, and where you see it going in the next future.
First of all, thanks. Thank you, Sean. Studio 222 originated 5 years ago, and the whole idea was to create a space where personal trainers could do what they want. There's a lot of restriction in the big box gyms as far as personal trainers, what you can do, what kind of equipment you can use. So the original idea was to create a space where trainers could do what they want.
Yeah.
We also wanted to enclose everybody in a totally green atmosphere. Non-toxic, low VOC paint, recycled rubber.
Okay, so Studio 222 is very environmentally friendly.
Yes, very environmentally friendly.
Everything is from recycled parts, or how did you come with this part?
Some is recycled, some is sustainable, like all our cleaning equipment. There's no bleach, no ammonia, it's all natural. All our fixtures are energy efficient, toilets, lights. In fact, just because we're doing this interview, the lights are on, or else the lights won't even be on. Right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You can let a lot of ambient light in here, which is good.
Yes.
Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, so how did you come up with the name 222? What's the 3 2s about?
222 has been a very, very fortunate number for my wife and I.
Okay.
And one of the things that's really important to me, especially in building the business and selling the business, is that there has to be a certain amount of passion that goes into it, something that you truly believe in.
Yeah.
So the number has been so good to my wife and I, and we could go into stories about all different things, but it helps me feel that passion when I'm selling and I'm talking about the studio. Nice, nice.
So this summer obviously has a lot of relevance to you. The studio's done very well, obviously, because you guys are still used to it around.
Yep.
Been around for a good while. This bag here has a little significance to you as well. Bear Tag's been around for a while too. Tell us why this bag is so important to you.
That's great. Yeah, this has a lot of meaning to me. I'm one of the original members of Fairtech San Francisco, which was probably one of the best Muay Thai and boxing gyms in the United States at the time, early 90s. And then I started Fairtech's gear with the great Alex Gong, who has since passed on. But a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this bag. We started with the UFC when they first got started by the Fertitas, and we've done so much bringing this up from the ground. Yeah, it's always close to my heart. Fairtex, and as you know, as a Thai practitioner, it's all about family. And I still have a lot of family back in San Francisco practicing Muay Thai.
Yes, all on Fairtex equipment, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And I mean, this company, it started in a back alley.
Yes.
It was literally from nothing, and it went to being one of the most highly used companies in MMA when it was up and coming.
Yeah, when we started in a warehouse that had cement floors. The men's and women's bathroom was separated by a plywood board. And there were about 50 of us, and you would just go in there and you would learn Muay Thai from the very best, and you just fought and celebrated like family. It was great. It was great.
That sounds amazing. And you still teach Muay Thai over here in the 222.
Yes. Don't do any more fight training. Most of my training I use Muay Thai is teaching people stability, footwork, eye-hand coordination.
So this is probably more of a functional, more adaptive way to use it if you need it, but also get a great workout out of it, than following some system that may or may not produce the same results.
Definitely.
Good. I mean, that's really thinking outside the box, because you're not just functional training, and you're not just preaching good diet, you're also preaching, in a way, self-defense, balance within the body.
And good movement. Just clean movement.
Well, that's I mean, the fight game is a lot of movement, it's a lot of footwork. It's a lot of footwork. We saw that in the past session that we had earlier. Definitely wore me out. So, Fairtex and Studio 222, you had a little bit of a rough start when you came out in Vegas.
Yeah.
A couple of speed bumps. So let us know about that.
Well, we opened up in September of 2008, and the economy was going great, especially out here. Housing prices were probably the highest in the United States. And in December 2008, the bottom fell out of the economy. And Las Vegas, Nevada was one of the hardest hit. In fact, at one point, we had 17% unemployment.
Yeah.
So my original business plan was no good after 2 months after I opened. So we had to learn how to adapt, how to be liquid, and how to constantly evolve with this changing economy and changing way of thinking.
Now, you've adapted fairly well, like I said, because you're still around. What is next for 222? I mean, you have the studio, you're very economic friendly, you're environmentally friendly, you're very green, you have the Muay Thai behind you now, and with this business right here, I mean, what's next? What are you going to do next?
Next, for us, and what we believe is the economy is moving in a very different way and in a very community-oriented way. So we're heavily involved with community projects, especially downtown. We're working with the Shift Vegas project. Right now, in fact, we're having a meeting teaching people about local organic farmers and how you can purchase organic fruits and vegetables right here in my parking lot.
I'm so glad you brought that up. You actually have a farmer bring the food right to your studio, and these people can come to your studio and buy it right then and there.
Yes.
Yes, and it happens every other week.
Every other week, every other Friday.
So every other week, not only can you come in here and you get a great workout, you can get a very difficult Muay Thai session if you want. You can also get fresh produce delivered right to you right when you walk out of the gym.
Yep, a lifestyle. That's what we're promoting.
Yes,
lifestyle.
yes, and I'm sure you would agree. It's 100% lifestyle.
It is.
It's not a diet that'll fix it. It's not a workout that'll do it. It is 100% lifestyle that you have to maintain 100% of the time. Because the second you stop living it is the second everything just starts going backwards on you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
If you aren't living it, you can't do it.
Exactly. And a lot of people, I feel, and my clientele basically go like that. They're looking for a real quick fix. They're looking for the simple solution, and then they want to get it, they want to have it, and then they're done with it.
Yeah.
And what they don't understand is that it is a constant. It's a constant balance between good diet, good exercise, bad diet, no exercise. And I mean, it's every single day. You know, there are really ultimately no rest days. It's every hour. It depends on what you're eating, when you're eating, how much of what you're eating. I mean, it's so many things, but simply put, it is 100% lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very good. Now, when you came out here, and how did you get into personal training anyway? Because you went from an entrepreneur for Muay Thai, now you're an owner of a studio.
I actually went from hotel restaurant management, corporate type for 25 years.
Nice.
And fell into Muay Thai, opened up Fairtex Gear, came out here, actually tried to open up another equipment business. It fell through, and I went to work at Starbucks. I worked at Starbucks for 20 hours every week to get full benefits. Some people recognized me from doing Muay Thai. They asked me to teach their kids, and I just kind of fell into personal training. And here we are.
So it was your credibility as a Muay Thai expert that got you into where you're now.
Yes. And having a business rooted in customer service.
Yes.
That's really what.
And that's one of the most important things, because if your customers aren't happy, then you're definitely not going to be happy.
Exactly.
It very, very well. Now, so you got into personal training. So did you go to corporate? Did you do some freelance work? How did you start when you first started personal training?
You know, I was really lucky. I met a guy named Dr. Michael Norwood, who was opening up a small gym very much like this.
Okay.
Probably one of still the best trainers I have ever met. And I went to work at his place with my clients, but I would watch every session he did, take notes, and I would pepper that guy with questions every single day.
Pick his brain as much as possible.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then he started showing me movements. He started explaining to me the how, the why, and that's how I got into it. And I found out that I loved it, and number two, I was good at it.
There you go. And it comes from picking specific questions to ask somebody who is well into the game, taking it, making it your own, and then running with it.
Exactly.
And so now you have your own studio, and now you're doing even bigger things out in Las Vegas. I'm pretty sure Las Vegas is going to hear a lot more about you, especially more of this downtown thing going on.
Definitely.
Very good. All right, Wong, thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to you, and we look forward to see what you got happening next year. All right?
Thanks a lot, Sean.
All right. Take care, guys.